Good morning, YouTube. Long time no see on this mild mid-December morning. It's quite early, it's about 6:30, 6:45, and I'm walking towards Gateshead in Newcastle, and I'm on my way to work. So, why am I filming on my way to work, you may ask? Well, what I've decided is I'm going to do a challenge, 7-day challenge. I'm going to weigh myself. Well, I weighed myself this morning. I was a bit alarmed at it, really. I've done my blood pressure, which was a little bit high. Well, it was high. Not mega high, but it was high on both scores as well. So I hope I might sort that out. What I'm aiming for is 25,000 steps a day. I've already done 2.5 with the dog, just changing hands, because this is my Harmy watch on, you see, so I can swing it. So it's a step. I don't know if that's how it works, the steps out. I don't know if the steps are very accurate, but I've looked at an average 25,000 steps is, and it's about just under 12-ish mile. So I reckon I've already took the dog out. 2,500 according to this with the dog. Seems a bit much that, but I can only use what I've got basically. I might use my phone actually. Might better use my phone. But so 3 mile to work now, and then I'm going to be having lunchtime walk, which will be 2.5 mile. And then obviously tonight I'll be heading back from work, use me mode of transport, which is my legs, and I'm going to be doing another 3 mile home, and then obviously out with the dog again tonight. So hopefully that'll equate to about 12 mile, maybe. The dog's going to have a canny walk tonight, like I think, judging by the air. But we'll see what the tail of the steps here. So I'll turn you around, give you a look at where I'm heading. There's all the bridges, and the cars, and the trains, and the metros. I like this time in the morning, when the world's come to life. It's nice. It's quite peaceful in a strange sort of way. You still hear the odd siren of the ambulance and the police cars, and the horns of the cars, and the engines. But not too bad. So I'll let you have another look when I get closer to the quayside. So that there is the high level bridge, and that was the first bridge in the world to have 2 decks, a car deck and a rail deck. And that bridge there was a swing bridge. I don't think it was the first in the world, but there'll be something historic about it. And that there's the mighty Tyne Bridge. So here we are at the Sage. We've got Christmas. Well, sorry, it's not the Sage. It's the Glass House. Used to be the Sage, but Sage really stole ownership of it. For the Sage were got some graffiti here. I'm sure it's that Keith Flint look. The one on the left might be Bob Marley, do you reckon? So here's who's on, rocking around the Christmas tree. That one there, Kate Roosby. I've won tickets at work for that, but I'm not sure what to expect. There we go. Is that Bob Marley on the left? I don't know. Is that Keith Flint there? Not too. But we're going to head down Graffiti Alley now. It's a place here on the right. I think it's some kind of graffiti college. I'm not sure whether they're actually just, it's some kind of connection of an art college, and they learn people about urban art, which some of it's good, some of it not so good. But a disappointing thing I saw a few months ago was there's a band that'll probably be Take That or something, be the road crew in the van, the sleep on. Take That, do you reckon? No, probably Adele. 25 bottles of wine a day. Hey, it's a bit windy, isn't it? Yeah, we're heading to Graffiti Alley now. I shouldn't really be walking through here this time, I'm in a dangerous place, man. But aye, they've been long, haven't they? That's the entrance to the stage. So they're into the stage. Now here we're going, Graffiti Alley. A sort of place where, in a Taggart episode years ago, somebody was getting murdered. Dark, lonely. The lights, as you can see up there, don't work. I came along here a few months ago, and they'd been long doing a practice graffiti. They use the left and right hand side here to practice on. Oh, aye, great. They've done some lovely things like political message, things like that there, political messages. But what they're doing was left our empty cans lying out of the alleyway. Oh, that way. Surely the lecturers would say, "Hello, lads and lasses, pick your empty cans up." But just a minor gripe, as it happens, haven't been murdered yet. Didn't see anybody, to be honest. But I've come to the end of Graffiti Alley, and I'm going to take a left, then a right, then a right, and I'm going to be at work in about 15 minutes. About 3 mile, so that's not bad. So I've had probably about 2 mile and a half with the dog this morning, and 3 mile to work, so that's not bad. Sun just starting to come up. And that's it, more or less. A couple of hundred yards. I'm at work. So until lunchtime, that's all, folks. Well, here we are, lunchtime walk down the quayside, as you can see. I'm going to walk with the Millennium Bridge, down the Swing Bridge, which was seen this morning, and then back around again, back to work. It takes us about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. 2.5 mile. I used to do 3, but I need time to eat my lunch. I've got a salad with bird chicken. So aye, looking forward to it. So I'm 3, 4, probably about 5 mile into the email I just did, yeah. I've probably done about 6,000 steps up to now. So I've probably got another 6,000 to go. So, doddle, man. You watch. You have the other city here. Lovely, isn't it? Nice tea, actually. Really nice. Huge scaffold for the painting of the bridge. Sometimes you see scaffolders doing stunts on there, if you're lucky. And on the other side, I'm not able to see them, but actually under the deck. Here we are, Swing Bridge. There is people on both sides under the deck. There, and I meet up in the middle. This is the bridge, the swingy one. When I was a kid, it's the first place I saw a rat. I was got the quayside market with my nana. I saw a rat running along that road, being chased by a bloke with a stick. So I just wondered where he got the stick from. Just wondering whether there was a bloke just aimlessly wandering around gates up with a stick, chasing rats. And that's where Tommy on the Bridge used to stand, exactly there. I probably like in movies, the Tommy on the Bridge. And there's the backyard bike shop in that far corner. Not sure it's still open. And there's the bridge. Not sure how much you'll see. Yeah, it's quite dark. The camera seems to be doing okay though. So, on my way home now. Probably about 2.5 miles to go. Probably doing about half a mile. So I get home, do what I need to do, have my tea, and then see how many steps I need to finish off for the 25,000. I think I'm looking at a couple of miles of dog tonight. So the dog will enjoy that. I like walking through when there's traffic. It's all backed up, and I'm just walking past them. It makes us feel glad that I'm all the fun of the fair across there. Probably must be a Christmas wonderland sort of style thing. Big wheel that and a big thing with ropes that spins you around at great speed. So you get almost sick and passing out. But all the fun of the fair. So quite along here on the winter's nights. In the summer it's quite busy with people walking, cycling. There's quite a few cyclists still, but it's quieter. Very quiet. Day 2, round 2. On my way to work, had breakfast, shower, changed, on my way. Lovely morning still. Just gone through the housing estate and by the river. Feeling alright. Obviously I'm only day 2 into it, so I should be alright, I hope. See what we'll see along here at the day. Don't know if you can see him up ahead. Bloody bloke from work. And he jumped on us from behind and he nearly swore and he shit me son. I'll see him when I get in. Bit of a different route into here. And via the Iron Bridge, under the Iron Bridge. Another game of name that tune, right? Obviously, we're walking under the Iron Bridge, so under the Iron Bridge we kissed. Although I ended up with sore lips. Name that tune. Sure some of you will get it. People of a certain age. Nearly there. So that's part 2 of day 2. Let's see what the day holds. I hope it's an easy one. Lunchtime. Went a different way today. I've turned up to work and turned in a different direction to where I normally turn, and I wish I hadn't up the state of this one. Slippy as hell. But anyway, I'll 70 miles in, whatever. Well, basically further down the river, towards the mouth of the river. I'm on the, will it be the coast or coast? No, it's the Kielman's Way, I think. Gates at side. A lot of runners out. Wish I could run. Used to run. Yeah, loads of runners. And there's a river. There's a new pool on here called the Forgotten Thing. used to be called, I can't remember. It was there for years now, I can't remember the name. It was also a wildlife place along here. I'll show you the wildlife place when we go past. I'll show you the pub as well. Schooner, that's what it was called. It was called the Schooner. That used to be the Royal Marines base across there. It still is an army base, but I think it's the Royal Marines because they're at Calliope, you know, down in front of the Sage. So I wonder what that one is now. I'm not sure. But this land here on the left, it's poisoned. It's no, we're not going to walk past the pub. The pub's up there. It's the fog on the Tyne. This land's contaminated with like heavy metals and that from the industrial past. Sure, that pub was fair doing last time I was here. Never mind. Yeah, better view of the river now. It's a cycle route we're on, as you can see. So there we have in front of us the Kittiwake Hotel. This was made when they pulled the big flour mill across there down and they converted the Baltic Fair up and obviously the works on the Tyne Bridge. They made these for the Kittiwakes, but the Kittiwakes ain't keen on them. They much prefer architecture, old buildings and Grade 2 listed bridges and stuff like that. But it was built for them anyway, so they did try. Oh, it's good to get out. Stuck in the Outer Salmone. I'm out this afternoon on the open road. So that's not so bad. More than us. All the way from? I wonder from the Navy ship, Navy Reserve, maybe. Now look at the Kittiwake hotels. Well, I'm out with the dog and the dog walk to make up to 25,000. I've got about a mile and a half to do, and that's the day's 25,000 done, day 2. And then I'm going to need blood pressure when I get in, when I start doing a bit. It's still going well. Tomorrow there's going to be a hard test because I'm going to miss, as I mentioned, I want to miss a session with the bloody dentists. But never mind, it's got to be done. I'll work around it. I'm just going to go for an extra long one with the dog tomorrow, and then walk to work for all days. Good morning, day 3. Early start this morning, 4:30, open at it. So obviously take a longer route this morning, down by the bus garage. But I'm glad I'm not driving the bus today. Lovely morning, quite mild, overcast, but I'll take it for winter. It's been dry so far this week. I hope it stays dry. So we'll get on with this, get to home, shower, breakfast, and then the 3 mile into work. That's 2 3 milers. Set us up for the day. There's Costco across there, the place where you go in for one thing for a bargain and you come with 200 quid later with a load of pastries, sides of salmon and steaks and stuff in your trolley. So it's defeating the object. You're not going to save anything out of Costco. Nice doing here, like. It's really quite peaceful. to keep the grass well and the hedges. We're 5 mile in for it so far today, and this is the only real hill. Well, it's not much of a hill, but walking the flats of Duddle, when I get any sort of hill, it's quite tiring because your legs are tired. It's not much of a hill, but it's still a hill. It takes you up to the glass house. We'll get it right today. The glass house. There it is up there. Lovely morning, like. There, we'll get cracked on. Lunchtime walk. I'm getting a bit tired now, like. I'm finding it hard to stand up when I've been sitting for a while. And I'm only 2.5 days into it. But keep on soldiering on, eh? This is me route the day back. Little new road they built in gates that nobody uses. Nice, so it's got a little river across here. Nice plants and that. There's a solar farm over there. But nobody uses the road. Nobody. Walking home. Dentist appointment got cancelled. So, I mean, it's good in a way, because I've more or less got my miles in now. Sorry, my steps. Obviously I'll still have to take the dog out tonight, but I should be on 25 now, to be honest. 25,000. But it saves a load of aggravation, because obviously I'll be walking in tomorrow because I haven't got the van. So every cloud and that. Early morning, day 4, walk 1 with the dog. And I tell you what, it's a beautiful morning. Mild, dry. Not done great so far with the weather this week. Normal day I go up, no appointments, no driving to work. So it's dog walk, walk to work, lunchtime walk, walk home, dog walk. That'll get me 25,000 in. Feeling okay. I noticed something else and all. I'm less tired on the night time. When I get in from work, I'm a lot less tired. I think my legs are aching a bit, but generally, I'm not tired. Which I was really tired previous to doing this. Checked my blood pressure last night. Spot on 138 over 122, I think. That's not bad. Ooh. Well, a bit of a change this morning. A few extra steps in on the way to work. I decided to come across a bridge, walk along the Newcastle side and cross back over so you can see how down the quayside, Sage, Millennium Bridge, dark Christmas decorations, Sage, so did I say Sage? I think I said Sage. And then it's back to the Tyne Bridge. Gives a few extra steps in, make it easier for us later on. Oh, well, I think I got 28,000 in yesterday by mistake, but it's all good. The more the merrier, really. Who knows what challenge could be next? Next week will I do 30,000? Not sure. I think next week's the week. Was it the week before Christmas? Just about. I don't know. I've lost track of the date. There's the traffic. Everybody heading to work. I'm heading to work. I'm lowering my blood pressure as well. Blood pressure spot on. I'm really happy with it. Lunchtime walk. Day 4. I'm on a different way around the route this time. Let you just have a look at the Tyne Bridge there. They're working. They've done the left hand side in the first bit of arch next to the tower. They're setting up the scaffold, they finished that bit. They're setting up the scaffold on the right hand side where the arch comes from the tower. Then, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, pick them up on the camera, but they start at either end where the road deck is, and they're doing a deck underneath the road deck. And I'll be able to see the safety board in case anybody falls off. Right, they're up there. Scaffolders swinging about like monkeys. I was likening them to the gibbons of the construction industry. Scaffolders. They're like stuntmen. Good at a job, like, but they're breathing to themselves. And there's a look down the river. Is it evening or afternoon? I'm not sure. We call it early evening there. I'm on my way home from work. Nearly home. Not far to go now. So, day 4. Not sure. Last night the dog wouldn't go out, and I took him 3 miles in the morning, and it was a bit cold last night. He didn't want to go out. So he had a rest night last night, the dog. I think tonight, obviously, I don't think I need the steps. I think I've got them already, but obviously I'll be taking the dog out and including them in my total. It's gone well. The weather has really helped. It's been quite mild. It's not been frosty, so it hasn't been slippy surfaces. It hasn't rained, so I haven't been getting to work soaked and wet. It's been great. I'll probably put the kiss of death on it now, like. I'll probably be pouring rain tomorrow morning and the whole weekend. Not sure how I'm going to get the steps at the weekend, but we'll get them by hook or by crook. Day 5, part 2, done a dog walk on my way to work. So I can pass the Baltic Art Centre, Contemporary Art Centre. I always look at contemporary art as art. It's not really art, but I'm not educated enough to understand what this contemporary art means, to be honest. Like piles of bricks and unmade beds, things like that. There's a bit of contemporary art. Yeah, it's like vandalism but on an organised scale. The bridge is across there, if you can see it, Millennium. I've just walked past the glass house because I called it the Sage yesterday, didn't I? Yesterday morning. Oh, if you want to visit the Sage, not the Sage, man, get me places mixed up. If you want to visit the Baltic, it's open Wednesday to Sunday, 10 AM to 6 PM, and it's free. Right, I'll put this away, and hopefully I can get out at lunchtime, and then I'll definitely get the walk home in, and that's 5 days complete. This is the first morning to the end. Very, very light drizzle now and again, but I can live with that. So let's get on with it, yeah. Day 5, lunchtime walk. So once I get back tonight, when I get home, I'll have 25,000 steps in for the day, and I'll have 125,000 for the week so far, 5 days. Lovely day today. Sun, well, the sun was shining, still is across there, what's getting a bit, but it's the best day so far. Bit damp on the rest, like, but we're getting there. Good morning. Day 6, Saturday. Lovely. Blue sunshine. A little bit cold, but not too bad. Not cold enough to need a pair of gloves on. Cold enough for a hat, I suppose. But right, it's completed Fridays. day 5 yesterday. I was going to do a bit of filming with my blood pressure later on, but I didn't. I forgot. I had a little bit of a cheat. I had 3 glasses of red wine last night, and I had a couple of sweet mince pies. But my tea was keto, so I had a keto breakfast. I seem to be doing a little bit of work along here. This is Gateshead Riverside Park, which suffers from a lot of fly tipping, as you can see. It's not quite the sort of park you were expecting, but I've got the dog with us. Got Bracken. We aim on getting 10 mile, so we're going to head down to Newcastle on a slightly different route than my normal route, and then head across the river to the Millennium Bridge, and turn left and head up the river to Blaydon, and then back again, make a big loop. That's my plans anyway. Last time I took the dog on this walk, he got a bit lame, and then I had to pick him up. I think he just twisted his foot a bit. Hopefully he'll be alright today. He's enjoying a bit sniff about, so it could be some time. He's following a trail due to the... Oh, this way! He's following a trail down there. They're all trying to do a bit of work along here, like. We've cleared this pathway, but we seem to clear quite a bit of the fly tipping apart from that back there. Unless that's just a big pile of collected, because up there used to be all people in them houses used to throw rubbish across the fence. So maybe that's just a big pile, hopefully, waiting to be collected. It's open mid-morning. It's just that time just before Christmas, a couple of weeks before Christmas, and people are getting mad trying to get the shops. It took us ages to get across the road. The dog had done his business and the bin was on the other side. It took us forever to get across. We seem to have constructed a path there. Might follow that someday. Not today though. God knows what he's eating. Right, let's get on with it. Well, left the hustle and bustle of Newcastle Quayside behind. And my, was it hustle and bustle today. Quite busy, quite noisy. The lads on the bridge are still working. Maybe a bit windy here. Bit of breeze under the Metro Bridge. We've got 2 bridges to go. Is it the King Edward Bridge and the Redheugh Bridge. Whew. And then we've got a bit of a sort of Enterprise Park Riverside thing to walk through. And bit of the road, actually on Hadrian's Way now. So we've got a bit of Hadrian's Way, so we'll get to Scotswood, which is along by Blaydon. We'll cross over there, and then we'll go on Keelman's Way, which is now one of the cycle routes up here, on the Gateshead side. We'll head back to home, and hopefully that'll be 10 mile. And that should more or less do it. I thought it's been averaging out different. I've done a bit of research, and I reckon 12 mile a day was about 25,000 steps. But I suppose it depends on how long the steps are. I don't think I've got even though I've got long legs, I don't think I've got a long step. I'm quite see, I'm not covering my age, because I'm quite a bit slow. There's often walkers fly past me with legs half my size. It's weird, but probably because I'm old and slow and getting the doddery age. Doddery. The River Tyne Elsick, if you want to pause this, you can read about it. But that was down the quayside. That's an older bridge there, and that would have been the, I don't know what bridge that would have been, the old one. You see the sailing ships. I don't know how the sailing ship got under that bridge, but that's by the by, I suppose. Not there. There's a photograph of the industry that was along here at one time. And there we're going. You can just pause that there and read about it. Go on this little wooden promontory. Is it called promontory? Quite slippy, the wood, like. But on here, the tide would come in. So this is the business park. Sorry about the wind. This would be a nice place to work, wouldn't it? Looking out over the river and not doing your work, just staring at the clouds and the sky, the river flowing by. There's a random tin of peas doing that. I don't know what that's about. Some kind of pea god. We're heading up this way. Can't see the Scotswood Bridge yet, but it's up there. The wind's picking up, as you can hear. Right, another one you might want to pause. Blow it up or read it or whatever. Just along here on the left. I didn't realise they made stuff like that in there. I used to make tanks years ago. Just along here on the left. We're not going to see it though because we're crossing over. I think I've got 3 miles to go. But tomorrow morning, hopefully, I'm going to get up early, get myself prepared tonight. I'll be having a few drinks tonight. But early tomorrow, I'm hoping on getting up just before light, having breakfast. Then I'm going to head over to Newcastle and wander around Newcastle. Might make the video a bit more interesting, seeing some of the sights of Newcastle. We'll watch Newcastle waking up on a Sunday morning. So hopefully our plans going correctly, that's what I'll be doing. Oh. Behind the Metro Centre now. I'm sure any cyclists among you will recognise this bridge. So when I get back, I'll have my 25,000 steps in. And I think the dog, both the dog and me, will be quite tired. But I think Mumma's got some chores on for us this afternoon. Oh, sort me wardrobes and that, and Christmas decorations. I imagine she's wanting to tie the conservatory up as well. But I'm going to be tired. I might have to sit down. So, why do we do these things? Why do you set yourself a little challenge? Well, I'm sure some of you will notice, well, I've not been wild camping for a long time. I've lost, to be honest, I've lost all interest in that. Like. Nowadays, I've done that many times, I'm just bored with it. Absolutely bored with it. I'm trying to go and do the road of cycling, bike packing, and like challenges like this every week. Set myself something different for your health, because at the end of the day, your health's your wealth. Doesn't matter how much money you've got in the bank, doesn't matter how flash your house is, how flash your car is, where you go on holiday. If you die prematurely, that's worth absolutely nothing to you. So, this is looking a bit muddy, isn't it? This is going to be slippery, this, like. I could end up on a UB frame clip here, like. But it's on a camera as well. We'll try. It's about time Sustrans. It's a cycle route. You see, it's a coast-to-coast cycle route. I think it's about time Sustrans put some work in this little patch here and a little bit further on. Not many cyclists out of dates. Probably off season. I haven't been in for a while on my bike either. I've had personal circumstances of obviously letting me having to look after the dog on a weekend. I can't really leave him in the house on his own because he panics and he's not good at. He gets bad separation anxiety, so I'm normally left looking after him, which, you know, is my responsibility and Luna's responsibility, so it's got to be done. As I say, it's for personal reasons. Things have changed for the past year. I haven't really went into it in a video yet. I think I will one day. I will go camping. I'll do a solo and I'll let you all know what's been going on behind the scenes in the Mark and Linda household. Well, in the Mark and Linda family, not the household. I'll let you know. Oh dear me, this is clarty, this thing. If anybody doesn't understand what the word clarty means, it means muddy. Clarts are mud in the northeast. I don't know how far out of the northeast the clarts spread. No, I pass places like this, you see. I always imagine blocked outdoors being in it. No, I always imagine blocked outdoor being in there with Little schmick. I'm not a fan of his at all, to be honest. Like, I know he's got a lot of subs and not my cup of tea, but good luck to him. I can't be bothered. He's cracked, to be honest. Like, cracks. What? A lot of people like him, so he's doing something right. You can make a choice, can't you? You can either watch it or not. I watch the odd one now and again. Not many. No, I only watch a little bit till he makes that stupid noise at the start, and I just had to turn it off. I can't go past that daft noise. Well, I'm approaching. I've probably got 300 metres to go till I get home. So I'm approaching the 150,000 steps. So that's quite a milestone. I wish I'd up the mileage a little bit. No, I'm not gonna. I will, I'll see it. I wish I'd up the mileage now, so at the end goal at 7 years would have been 200,000 steps instead of 175,000 steps. I watched a young lad, got a massive channel. I have no clue what he does. I think he just tries to use the algorithm to his favour all the time, and he's successful and all. Like, but he did. What did he do again? 35,000 steps a day. I think it came to 250,000 steps, 250,000 steps for his. I'm not sure if he worked either, mind. I had to fit working as well. But it's been a bit of a challenge, like. There was one day I got 27,000 in. There was another day I got 24.5, so I've still counted it as the total sort of thing. I mean, would be that steps on top of that, I would have had definitely the 25,000 on the years. Not far now. A couple of 100 metres. I can get in, go to the toilet, sit down, have a cup of tea, maybe sit for half an hour and check my blood pressure, see what my blood pressure's like. Ding ding, day 6, round 2. Right, got back with the dog, and the right champion took my shoes off, put the kettle on, made myself a cup of tea, put some sausages in the cooker thing. Look at me steps, 21,000. Couldn't believe it. I'd done 10. I knew I'd done 10 mile, or 9.98 or whatever it was. And I looked, it was only 21,000 steps. What I forgot to neglect was, when I do my walks through the week, to and from work and walking the dog, I record them walks, but also I've got supplementary steps in between, sort of walking around the office, walking to the van, walking down to the toilet or whatever. All them steps mount up, and obviously whereas just doing one 10-mile walk, them steps on there, so I'm 4,000 short. So I'm back at it again. Had my cup of tea, had an apple, back at it again. My wife thinks I'm mad, but my son was there and he says, "You're going to have to do it." I said, "I know that." So I'm back out again for another 4,000 steps, and I'm hoping that's only going to be about 2.5 mile maybe. And I get back, get the fire on. Lynna's putting the tree up, and then she's gone to my mum's for watch Strictly and that. She's staying there tonight, and I'm just going to chill out, watching the TV, watching YouTube, probably watch videos with people walking 25,000 steps a day for 7 days. I'm sure their videos will be far better than mine, but obviously their productions are aimed at making money, growing the YouTube channel. My YouTube channel's not going to grow, I'm not going to make any money, that's not my purpose. In years to come, I'll be able to look back, I'll have to speak up here, because the traffic's getting loud below us. I'll be able to look back and say, "Alright, on that day I did that, or the week I did that." the next week's challenge, I was thinking about running a 3 mile in the morning and 3 mile on the evening. But my son suggested, why not do a 3 mile run in the morning, then do your walk to work and your walk home. So, I mean, if I run 3 mile every day for 7 days, it's a lot more than I ran for a long, long time. So maybe it's just 3 mile a day, plus me steps, whatever. See how it pans out, see how I feel on Monday. I've got to walk to work on Monday morning, so I may get up early and run with the dog first, and then walk to work afterwards. We'll see what happens. Got an amateur football match going on here. Now I've got amateur football match anxiety because I'm terrible at football. I cannot kick a ball to save my life, and I'm always terrified and anxious that the ball's going to replay, it's going to come near me and I'm not going to be able to kick it back. There's been often been occasions where I've just walked past the ball and just blank people saying, "Here, mate, pass the ball back," because I'll just embarrass myself. But we can't be perfect at everything, you know. Honestly, it's a thing. I don't know if anybody else has got to say it. If I kick a ball, it doesn't go, it just counts wherever it wants. But hence why I haven't played on Newcastle, or why I haven't played with anybody at any time. But funny thing, I was watching this morning, watching a pro. I'm not a great fan of football, but obviously I like looking back at some of the older managers and the way they were. And I was watching a thing with Cloughie, and it was about Brian Clough and about how he grew up and his family, his brothers, his sisters. I think he was one of 7? Anyway, there was 5 lads, and I think 2 lasses, or 4 lads, and I don't know, I can't remember exactly how many, but he said that he never ever got picked for school teams, or any teams, and his brothers would always say he was the worst one in the family. Yet he went on to become picked for play with Middlesbrough before he went on his national service. Did his national service and come back to be quite a prolific goal scorer. He only got 2 England caps, but I'm not saying I'm a massive fan of his. He's probably got his faults, which people will know about. But as a person, he's a great socialist, and as a person he was a bit controversial at times, but I used to like listening to him, like, good crack. He believed everybody should have the chance and the sort of path to make themselves rich. Well, not rich, but to have what other people have got. He believed everybody should have the opportunity to have the same as everybody else, which is a good quality, to be honest. Anyway, enough of Cloughie. I wonder how many steps I've done. Getting back to Cloughie, one of his famous quotes. He says, "Aye, they were a good team on paper." He says, "Unfortunately," he says, "the game's played on grass." Typical, yeah. Final day this year. I was supposed to do me blood pressure that last night and show you the steps, but as mentioned yesterday, I had to go back out and do a few more steps. So last day, final day, I'm going to head off across the town, Newcastle, or the Toon, as I like to call it in this region. It isn't in fact a town, it's a city, but there you go. We're heading over there, and I'm going to try and get a big chunk, the 25, hopefully the whole lot. I'm going to just wander around for about 4 hours, and we'll see some of the sights and the sounds of the city Toon, and just something different. So looking at this riverside constantly, me walking back and forwards to work, and we'll probably talk about the potential of next week's challenge. I might as well keep it up. Quayside Market's on. That's a change, isn't it? All the way along the Quayside Market stalls. Looks quite festive, doesn't it, with the trees and the lights on, things like that. Plenty of sirens going this morning, and alarm keeps going off. But I'm heading across that way. We'll have a wander around Newcastle. And he tripped over the dog. I've got the dog with us. He's been a pain in the deer. Keeps looking back. There's somebody behind you, that's it. He's looking behind until that person's past you. It's a pain. It really is. As he slows down, he stops and he looks behind. I'm going to walk the challenge here, man. Not a look behind challenge. There's the, I nearly said it again. There's the glass house up there. And there's the Baltic. And the tune. A bit out of Outleg. Because we've had high winds, and this is probably my favourite street in the town. And that there, on the left, you know, people are just walking past, is my favourite pub, the Crown Passara. So, we're 4 miles up now. Not yet to go. Crown Passara. So this here is Grey Street. Sorry about the wind, but it's funneling. And this street was named after Lord Grey, sorry, Earl Grey, as in the tea. So that's it. All these different architecture fronts leading up to the top. Oh, sorry, leading up to the top where Grey's Monument is. Right at the top of the street. See that shortly. And there is Earl Grey, top of the street. We've got the Theatre Royal on the right. Looking back down. I'll tell you something, this High Bridge Street is called High Bridge Street because there used to be a river run down here, and there used to be a bridge here across the river. I'm not sure if the river's now subterranean. The wind's getting real. Let your pause. There's a better look. It's Earl Grey. Tell you what, if you fancy a good night out, you have in Newcastle. You just fancy a look around a decent city. You have in Newcastle. Get here quick as you can. Really beautiful place. There he is up there. And this is a sign of the times. It's the Christmas market. Yeah. And what we got in there. Yeah. These things here got to stop. Warriors to stop people ramming cars and people that are gathering, sign of the times, temporary travel spaces. And a lot of street furniture nowadays is actually designed not just to look like street furniture, but also to guard against terrorism. This is a metro station. This is where North East's sort of semi-underground system is. And there, that's the monument station. Obviously there's the monument there. Apparently had to dig a massive foundation to dig under the monument. Heading on to Northumberland Street now, I think. There's a famous Phoenix window. I would say that Phoenix is probably Newcastle's equivalent to Harrods. But they do the window up every year. Like Christmas tales. And there's a saying in like sort of the northeast, and the saying is like, imagine Sunderland if they won the FA Cup, and a Newcastle fan would say, if they win the FA Cup, I'd show me horse and Phoenix window. The dog doesn't know where to turn. There's people behind him, people in front, people to the side. He hasn't a clue. This here is St Thomas's Crescent. We're just peeking out over the top there, St James's Park. I used to work in this street. The housing association I work for managed several properties on the street. Yeah, nice old street like. I'll keep an eye for the cat. There's a cat lives up here somewhere. Oh, it used to be. Used to hang up all the time. So here we are, behind the east stand of St James's Park. And this street here, St James's Street, as you can see, is a very beautiful Edwardian, would you say? But the stadium wants to expand and they want to build. They want to knock the street down here. It's one of the options. I'm dead against that. And these houses here, they want to knock them down so they can extend this stand, which is only a small stand. Right. We'll have a 1 hour around it. You can't knock streets like this, doing like. Sorry, but no, you can't do it. There's what we're doing that way. I've never walked all the way around St James's Park before. I suppose that was the first time, isn't it? This must be Lees's Park. I've not been here before. There's a Christmas thing going on there. You cannot walk. I don't think you can walk directly behind the football ground. Again, down this way. Take a left here. Head down that way. We'll come out the other side of the park. And then down that way. Sorry about the wind. James's Park. Lots changed in size. They got the match. Not sure who that statue is across there, but I'm not going across the road again. I'm heading to Chinatown now, and then see how many miles I've got there, and then head back. Maybe. Well, I don't know how many miles it is. There's the Strawberry anyway. That's a pub we got here for the match. Strawberry. And that's about that terrace I was on before. That street I wanted to go. So build that stand there. But they're moving it somewhere else. Actually moving it to Lees's Park where I walk through, I think. It's on the site. So either way. So this here, Chinatown, as you can see by the pagoda, whatever we call it. There we go. That's not a good bar there. There's the Chinese restaurants doing that way. We'll head back this way, I think. We're in there, the Granger Market. Like a square. Buildings in the middle of it. There's the Granger Market. When I got in there, I get lost. I never know. See what's got these entrances and exits. I never know where I'm going. I never ever know which side of the market I'm going to come out on. Nice inside, but I don't want to take the dog. I think you can't take dogs in, but I'm frightened in case he cocks his leg on something, so we'll give that a miss. It's a bit quieter here. It's starting to get busy. The dog was getting a bit scared run by where Phoenix window was in the Christmas markets, not. This pub on the left here, it's one of the roughest bars in town, the Black Garter. Now what's going on over there, like? I have no clue. I didn't think I've ever been it. Might probably have, like, can't remember it, but that's possibly one of the roughest bars in town. The Clock. Here we are, the big market. It's not because it's big, it's because they used to sell malt, was it malt? Or wheat. That was called big. There's no rough bar there that worked out pretty high. This here used to be a public lavatory. It's not a bar. No, I've been in like that, have a look in someday. Yeah, that's a big market. I'm not sure if you'll hear us through the wind, but the wind's really getting up now, like. There's a hell of a chop on the river, as you can see. There's actually waves. So, I've wandered around the town for 8 mile. I'm heading back now. I've got about a mile and a half to go. I'm hoping when I get back I've got the 25,000 steps, or I'll be back out again like yesterday. But I think I've got more than yesterday. Let's just hope, eh? Now we're nearing the end of my challenge. Just look at how low the river is. Very low. Keep my hand out of the way. But aye. Challenge, maybe too strong a word for it, because it hasn't been that difficult, to be honest. I'm glad I've done it, I'm glad I kept at it. Obviously it wasn't a total piece of cake. My legs are tired, but other physical things with it. I haven't got any blisters. My feet, so as my feet's a bit sore today. I think that's just because I've got my old trainers on, the old trail shoes, which haven't got as much support as the newer ones I've got. Today it's been a really interesting walk around Newcastle. As I say, it's a beautiful city. It's got its bad parts like as well, like, but everywhere's got good and bad, everywhere. But you know what? It's a lovely place, like, great place for a night out. And I will say that I'm not just being biased, you know. The people are friendly. They're probably the friendliest people you'll ever meet. Apart from maybe I don't know. I'm just waffling because I'm delirious. I'm at the end of it. 175,000 steps in 7 days. Today I've mainly been thinking about retirement. I've got this retirement plan. Retiring at 58. Tell you what, I'd like it. I'm going to go and see the advisor, make an appointment with the advisor, see what the crack is. I'm just going to wander around with the dog for the rest of my life.